I'm gonna go Spice Hut. Yeah. Spice Hut is the best.
You're watching Rahman Eats.
Hello, welcome to Ramen Eats, episode 4. Yeah, so today I'm covering a place that I've wanted to try for a very long time. One that I've heard a lot of good things about across the country. They've got many branches now. I think it's like 12 or 13 or 15. I think it's 15. Yeah, so anyways, this is Spice Hut, and this is the Leyton branch that I'll be eating from today. They finally came on Uber Eats. It's a convenient app to use if you want something a bit more fancy than just regular Just Eat. I'm glad Spice Hut has finally come to our area, technically. So yeah, I can't wait to try it out for you guys to see. Yeah, we're gonna start off with the famous Naga Wings. Let's give it a go. So, see that? Let's give it a go. Ooh. Yeah, I got a good cook through it. Taking up a bite. I really like that. Wow. Beautiful flavors. I've had Naga Wings in the past. I'm gonna say this is definitely one of my favorites. Got some sauces here as well. I think this is sweet chili. And this looks like there's hot sauce or chili sauce. Give another one a go with the sauce. Yeah, I need that sweet chili. It calms down the spice a bit. If you're not a fan of how spicy the Naga Wing is, I'm sure this one's proper hot sauce. That's a nice sauce. Wow. Good blend of spices in there and the actual sauce. See some coriander in there, I presume. Oh, can't go wrong with that, bloody hell. Got some chips here as well. Kind of box standard. Yeah, it is standard. The Naga Wings are just, wow, I really like them. And they put some onions on top as well. As you can probably see here. Cool, that's the Naga Wings. Next we got the second item to talk about and review. Alright, so now we're going to cover the Naga Donna. I asked for naan with it, so It looks like a fresh naan. It's huge. See that? It's like the size of my head. No? Okay. So yeah, it looks like it's cooked well. It's been in a brick oven, I presume, or clay oven. Yeah, probably a clay oven, like those ones you see in the Turkish shops. So I'll get a bit of the naan, some salad, and some kebab. Yeah, Donna. You can go for another bite. Some sauce on. Yeah, it's not a bad donut, if I do say so myself. It is a little greasy, as expected, but it tastes fresh. Nice and hot. The flavors are really there. You get a nice aroma from the spices and the naga sauce that's on top of it. You got some coriander on top, onions, and we probably put a few other things as well. I don't know what they did, but very nice combination of flavors. You get an authentic Bangladeshi flavor that is prepared with love and care, and I totally rate what these guys are doing. Yeah, it's pretty good. Beautiful charcoal flavor. Charred flavor coming from the naan itself. It really helps the Donna with its flavors. It complements it quite well, that's what I'm saying. And because the Donna was pretty much at the bottom of it, all the juices and the flavors from the Donna have seeped it slightly into the naan, and it's really helped it. Definitely. I've got a pickle here as well, and chili. Oh, ouch. You usually see this with regular kebab establishments, and it's quite common. So nothing extremely special there, but I love these kebab. It just works because of how sour and bitter they are. Some people are not a fan of these. It's a real damn shame. But overall, I'm really enjoying the food here, and I'll give my final thoughts when I'm done. I probably haven't mentioned this yet, but the aroma from these items is amazing. You get all of this heat coming off when you bite into it, the wings and the Donna. You get a real sense of Bangladesh within these items. The guys who prepared these items, they knew what the hell they were doing. They know flavors, they know how the ingredients go well with each other. They knew what works and what doesn't work. I'm not going to say this is like the best Naga Wings and Naga Donna I've ever had. It's quite similar to products I've had in the past, like Whitechapel fried chicken in Whitechapel, if you've been there. Very similar standard, but I feel like these guys put a little more effort in the preparation. Like with the Naga Donna, for example. The meat is actually quite thin, surprisingly. And so, because it's so thin, you can actually taste the flavor a bit more. Places like Whitechapel Fried Chicken and other establishments, sometimes the doner is a little too thick, or the actual chicken meat and the wings is probably not cooked properly, or it's just regular chicken wings like over here. Regardless of them just being normal chicken wings, they're still pretty decent, so I'm not complaining. Alright, so time for the actual review now. In general, I'm quite happy with the food quality, and I'm happy with the food in general. They have really captured Bangladeshi cuisine, the flavors, the culture quite well. Obviously, it's a Bangladeshi-owned company, so of course they would nail it. Especially with myself being Bengali, I'm really proud of these guys for having such a successful franchise across the country. And I can see why it's so successful. I mean, who wouldn't love food like this? Especially the Bengali community. But obviously for people that, aren't, within that community, other religions and whatnot, and other people watching, you'll still like this food, but I probably wouldn't recommend getting the Naga options. Just stick with the regular doner and wings. So yeah, but if you want to challenge yourself, then I highly recommend it. Okay, so price overall for this meal I had. Naga Donna, the Naga Donna with naan bread. You can get it with chips as well if you want, but I chose the naan bread. It just cost £7. Not bad. You get a pretty decent portion of doner, and the naan is quite big. I'm surprised they pulled off such a big naan in a container like this. You get a good value for your money, and you're not going to go hungry, I'll tell you that. And Naga Wings meal with the chips and drink, $5.20. Again, you get a pretty good portion with that, and thankfully they came handy with the sauces. Obviously, me and my brother, we made sure to tell them in the instructions to give plenty of sauces, and they delivered. So make sure you do that if you order from Uber Eats, if you're based within the Leyton area or in London. Yeah, that's what I have to say about price. So for price, I give them 5 out of 5. It's very reasonable for the how much you're getting. Some people might be put off by it, but personally, I don't mind it. It's worth it. It's definitely worth the price, and it shouldn't scare people off, in my opinion. Okay, so quality. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's the best, but yeah, it's quite up there in my opinion. I would rank it in terms of other places. Yeah, so let's say highest is here and lowest is here. Let's say spice size around is here, yeah, like in the middle of medium to really good. It's like fairly decent, in my opinion. First of all, the Naga Wings were really good. I really enjoyed the onions they put on top of it, the coriander and all the lovely spices that you'd expect from Bangladeshi cuisine. Very beautifully presented with the red food coloring, as you could see, and all of the Naga they used. They probably used food coloring. I'm pretty sure they did. It looks a lot more red than I expected it to be. But even they did it, it's just an aesthetic thing. Naga's quite red in general, so it's very possible they didn't use food coloring. But in my opinion, it looks extremely red. But regardless of that, it's very good indeed. In my opinion, it's not the spiciest Naga Wings I've ever had. Whitechapel fried chicken, like I mentioned earlier, for me personally, the Naga Wings are a lot hotter. They actually make your nose run. These didn't make my nose run as much. Maybe just a little sniffle, but that's just me. My spice tolerance is ridiculously high at points. But for other people, I wouldn't recommend it. And the Naga Donna, pretty decent quality overall. Good cuts of meat. It's clearly made fresh, as I mentioned earlier. Good spices, good herbs, all of that stuff is there. It's pretty much the same kind of mixture you get with the Naga Wings. I highly recommend the Naga Donna too if you're a fan of Donna and spice. And you get salad, you get the green chili. Well, it's like light green, but you know what I mean. You get the chili, which helps it, balance out the flavors. If it's a little overwhelming for you, but I just have it on the side just to elevate the flavor, in my opinion. So yeah, for quality, I'm going to say 4 out of 5. Whilst it is pretty good food, it's definitely not like wow. I wasn't exactly wowed by it, but it's fairly decent. I give it that. So yeah, 4 out of 5 for quality. Cleanliness? Cleanliness of the food. Well, this is a takeaway episode today, so it's pretty clean in terms of how the food was cooked. I didn't see any hairs or anything like that. They were generally being quite sensible. None of the food tasted too oily or too fatty. It was just right. It's not the extremely processed crap that you get from like the lower end restaurants and establishments like the chicken and chip shops that are around London and other areas. And I presume the physical establishments aren't, awkward to be in or look unclean. I've seen a few pictures of the Leyton branch and other branches, and they all seem to be up to scratch in terms of physical cleanliness. So I'm going to give them 5 out of 5 for cleanliness. Customer service, they managed to fulfill our requests with the sauces. They gave us plenty of sauces. Sweet chili sauce, burger sauce, chili sauce, mayonnaise. I didn't touch the mayonnaise. I'm not a fan of mayonnaise anymore. I just got the sweet chili and chili sauce because those are the only 2 sauces I could touch anyway, so I'm not bothered with burger sauce either. This is a bit too high in calories, in my opinion. But customer service is pretty decent, and I'm sure if you went physically, then you wouldn't have any problems with them whatsoever. Especially if you're within the Bengali community, then I'm sure they'll sort you out. But I'm sure they don't judge you for your religion or whatever. They'll most likely treat you with kindness regardless. So yeah, you're in good hands with these guys. So customer service, 5 out of 5. Oh, one more thing. They didn't give any salt and pepper with the order, which is a real shame. But that's a minor detail that I won't deduct points from in anywhere. I just wish that salt and pepper were included, because obviously chips are pretty boring without them. So yeah, that was a bit of a letdown. It's just a minor nitpick. Can't do much about it though, unfortunately. Worst case scenario, just get salt and pepper from your own place. Okay, so overall score, 4 out of 5. The reason why I'm not giving full stars is because whilst the food is pretty good and is reasonably priced, it is not the best. Personally, I prefer Whitechapel Fried Chicken's Naga Wings over these guys. Whilst the Naga Wings were spicy, they weren't spicy enough for me. My spice tolerance, as I've mentioned probably already, is quite high due to my upbringing and all that stuff, and me being Bangladeshi myself. It's a bit of a letdown. I was expecting more. Putting the chili sauce on top of the Naga Wings actually helped it make the overall experience spicier. So if you're like me and have a high spice tolerance, then definitely use the chili sauce to elevate that flavor for yourself. But overall, good place. Clearly amazing chefs and staff. I wouldn't see why I shouldn't recommend this place. It's affordable in my opinion, and they've got other items as well. They even got these really massive meal deals as well that go up to like £15 and £30. But I wouldn't recommend doing that unless you're dining with family at home. But anyways, solid 4 out of 5 today on Ramen Eats. I recommend this place if you're craving Bangladeshi food. If you want Naga Wings, Naga Donna, curries, biryani, they do all of that. So I highly recommend these guys, and I'm a very satisfied customer. Stay tuned for episode 5, whenever that is. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the notification bell on your phone if you're watching this on your phone or tablet or whatever, and stay subscribed for future videos, and follow me on Instagram too. I have an Instagram. I'll put it in the description if you haven't followed me. Take care everyone, and have an amazing day. Peace.